If you're just tuning in, you're still watching Ways. And we want to check out what we found in the news today. Because you're smiling, Elsie, let's start with you. So what did you find for us in the news?
No, you will not start with me. You have to start with what's today. What are we celebrating today?
What we're celebrating today? Okay, let's go with that. But I wanted us to take what's in the news first, but let's just take what's
let's do what's in the news first.
Let's do what's in the news.
Okay. For me, according to the founding member of Oodua People Congress and the Are Ona Kakanfo of Yorubaland, Gani Adams, over 3 billion have been paid as ransom to release about 400 people kidnapped in southwest region in Nigeria within the period of 2 years, guys.
Who's been paying that then?
People now, different. Oh, they kidnapped this, you pay this to get your person back. 3 billion
and that's the one that has been recorded. So imagine all the other ones that we don't have.
And he's saying that because of his position in the society, he gets calls and information.
This is not even something.
No, this is just a particular place.
The southwest
alone.
So he gets calls that probably the security agents might not be privy to because they believe that he can do something. So whenever anything happens like a kidnap, he gets the calls and he knows this thing. So he said this at the Southwest Security Stakeholder Group Conference held in Abeokuta today, I think on Thursday, Mr. Adams said if the Yoruba leaders fail to act on the activities of killer headsmen, the region may record the same experience as the happenings in the northern part of Nigeria. Yeah, so that should be something we should all be worried about.
So now my concern is to what end do we have that information put out? Is it to address the issue of the insecurity?
Yeah, I think it is.
What measure are they putting in place during that forum to address such concerns?
That would be a question we'd ask them that just came out from the, I think, National Security Council meeting that they have. And
I think that's your story.
I think it's kind of linked to my story.
Okay.
Yeah, so
let's have your story then.
Okay, fine. She beat me to it.
You wanted to finally?
No, she beat me to it. I wanted to, but thank you. Should I say 1-0?
No.
Okay, but it's related, so I should take it. And he says insecurity, Buhari threatens removal of military chiefs. And he says, so there's a part that actually got to me. It was, he spoke during the National Security Council meeting at the presidential villa. He says, they said that the president explained that he would not want his administration to be defined by the spite of insecurity, saying he would not leave the country in security crisis at the end of his tenure in 2023.
And I just want to say, good morning, Daddy boy. Good morning.
It's about time.
It's perplexing because so you would have an 8-year tenure, right? What is remaining, please, sisters?
For that realization to
2 years.
Done.
Okay, so what you would do?
It's not even up to 2 years. A year and.
Thank you, my sister. So you're just realizing that the kind of legacy you want to leave after your first and almost concluding your second tenure. And I'm just thinking, really, what is this? What is this for, and why are we reading this? Is it because to, prepare the party, that this party is still relevant in 2023? Because I'm just thinking, for me, I think that this statement is too late.
Now that we're having this conversation, I think he has inspired me. At the end of this, administration, I'm going to write a blog post.
Okay.
And that blog post will be a list of all Buhari's legacy.
That would be nice.
So let's put it that way.
That would be nice. Let me put it down somewhere so that I'll remind you.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you. It's pinned. That's the thing. That's it.
Very interesting.
Okay.
What I have in the news is very, very interesting as well. It relates to, what's that name for our president in social media? Boo-boo. Empress in Njamah expresses outrage after she missed a flight because all roads were blocked so Buhari could pass. Very interesting. She explained that despite leaving 3 hours earlier for the airport, she was in a roadblock for an hour 20 minutes just because the president of Nigeria was passing. As I saw that news, I find it very, very exciting. Because I've had a similar, I don't know if you ladies have had any chances where you've had to wait on the road because a prominent Nigerian was passing by.
I have been so fortunate not to.
In recent times.
No, I've not been lucky. Thank you.
I know
I've not been lucky to experience
Lagos,
it.
whenever they are coming to Lagos, you sort of know there's an announcement.
Yes.
So,
but you know, I didn't really hear about this one though. I didn't know it was in
Abuja.
Oh, sorry.
Abuja.
Abuja.
They wouldn't really announce anything.
Yeah. And it was on, and a lot of people had to comment and share their similar experience. Another person says mine was 4 hours, as in waited on the road, as in complete halt for 4 hours just because the president was moving. Does it take that long to drive?
I mean, that's where I was going to. So
how long do they need to keep people waiting?
I understand giving them this sort of respect. But I think that the way our security agents as well are overzealous in everything, they sort of bring this overzealousness into this area as well. So he's supposed to maybe leave the Aso Rock at, I'm just speaking hypothetically, right?
Yes.
At 2 p.m. and you're already on the road at 10 a.m. and making people wait, right?
So well, you know what I'm thinking, guys, is that if we have like a security expert come and explain to us. So you know, one thing they say that if you're not wearing the shoes, you won't know where it pinches.
Hello.
I'm just saying.
4 hours.
I am just saying. So let us just note that down. Maybe somebody can explain to us, because I don't know. You can't explain it. I can't explain it. Elsie, can you explain it?
I can't understand. It doesn't make sense.
We don't need to explain it with what Lanre Odushola said on Wednesday, which is the fact that most of our leaders do not care about what the impact of their actions are on the people.
Exactly.
And it's
that pretty much explains it.
Wow. Okay, that covers it. Let me borrow that word. That pretty much explains it. Okay, let's move.
Okay.
On this day in 1897, British doctor Sir Ronald Ross discovered that Anopheles mosquitoes, that's the female mosquitoes, are the ones that transmit malaria parasites to humans. Now, these mosquitoes are responsible for spreading the malaria parasite, even leading to the death of the affected individual. Apart from people dying of malaria, there are nearly 219 million people who are affected by this parasite worldwide each year. Also, malaria is present in more than 100 countries. It mostly affects tropical locations and areas around the world. World Mosquito Day presents us with the opportunity to raise awareness of the dangers of malaria-carrying mosquitoes and to shine the spotlight on global efforts in the fight against the world's deadliest creature. The theme of this year's World Mosquito Day is reaching the zero malaria target.
Wow.
So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that malaria is still as dangerous?
Oh, of course, in this part of the world it is. And I just find this day very annoying. I mean, how would you give a mosquito World Mosquito Day? Like, maybe they should call it World Fighting Mosquito Day or something. Like, put something there to let us understand that we are not celebrating this animal. That I don't know how. Is it Noah now? Allow this enter the ark. I don't know how that happened. But yeah.
But sorry.
So let's relate it back to malaria.
Thank you, please.
So in this part of the world, it is a big deal. People are dying of malaria, and it is quite sad. I mean, there are parts of the world where they don't even think about malaria, like it's not a thing for them. When you talk about it, they're like, oh, okay, yeah.
Do you know the funny thing? In 2014, when I went to give birth in the US, and they were asking me what drugs I was allergic to, and I mentioned the chloroquine family, and they were like, so the nurse, it took her a while to, what kind of drug is this? So someone, I think a black nurse came in, and I think she's Nigerian. She was like, it's something they used to treat malaria in Africa.
The lady must have looked at you like...
So because she couldn't really understand, the quinine family, she couldn't really understand because it wasn't a drug she was familiar. So yes, you're right. Might be really strange, and in some countries you may not even find treatment for it because it does not exist. But countries like India...
sometimes even quarantine you.
Yes.
If you have malaria in the UK, sometimes depending on the severity of the malaria. That part of it where we're trying to reach zero tolerance, I do not think is possible in this part of the country.
Well, if we can keep...
Because we are
it might just take a longer time.
Malaria-carrying individuals is quite interesting. Yes. The first thing you would test for when you feel like you're healed or you're down or you feel like your immune system is not as fast is malaria.
Yeah, especially during the rainy season.
Because
that's
it's
common.
What we carry.
Yes,
it's just
because it's
environment.
Common.
So we're talking about poor hygiene, defecation,
just
water
stagnant,
and all
stagnant
that. Every
body
stagnant water, dirty water.
Yeah.
People do not even have that. And yet they still test.
Malaria is only carried by mosquito.
Where did they live?
Only carried by mosquitoes.
I do not think that is when you get bitten by mosquitoes. That is the only time.
That is the only time you have
know what?
malaria.
Sometimes we also assume that we have malaria when it's probably stress, typhoid, or something else. Nigerians, once they are sick, they just pop malaria.
A lot of people, yes.
And aside of that, I think it's very rampant that they will declare you positive for malaria, even without ascertaining.
Especially the ones that don't know what they're doing. Yeah,
you're totally right. You're totally right.
And that's why every test usually come out with malaria of some sort.
But we have serious cases of malaria.
We
in Nigeria.
do.
Like
we
do.
do.
It's our rampant problem. There's mosquito in your house now. No matter how fine, there's mosquito in Banana Island there. So
as long as there's a body of water, stagnant water,
yes,
mosquitoes would breed. So it's possible you could be breeding mosquitoes in your bathroom if you do not have a good drainage system.
Yeah.
You could be breeding it in your toilet if you haven't used it for a while and nobody has flushed it. So it's as simple as that. And that's why we have this day. So that people will be sensitized and all the effort. It's even better because these days you can quickly treat malaria, unlike those days. Now you have combination drugs and things that are helping.
Please go to the hospital, please.
Yes, please do go to. Obviously,
I don't know what you're combining.
No, I think
even from the hospital,
lufametrine and ametrocitinib. They are the combination that malaria drugs, because at a certain point, fancy that the chloroquine, they were no longer effective.
I know you are the bank SME. When did you become a doctor?
I studied human anatomy, so that's another secret.
Okay. Yeah, follow her.
Okay, that's enough of malaria. We'll see you right after this break.